I think of basketball as it relates to culture, it's just like you work your ass off to get the flowers that day. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's a long road to that, but it ain't really no scenic route to go get it. You know what I mean? Like, it just ain't no scenic route. We don't know it. So the grittiness of it and the style that comes from it, it's like, I don't know. I love the story damn near more than the actual thing that happened.
Growing up, especially here in New York City, we often heard about the relationship between basketball and culture. You know the line, all ball players want to be rappers and all rappers want to be ball players. But truth of the matter is, it's much deeper than that. When looking at the relationship between basketball and the culture, we often inspire each other and elevate each other in ways that makes us natural. We're often better together than apart. And what you're gonna see today is a prime example of that. Ball players, we are on the set of Starting 5 by DraftKings, a show where, led by special guests and an incredible set of hosts, we're often able to see conversations between basketball and culture happen in a very natural, dynamic, and informative way. Let's tap in and see what's up. Ever since the Starting 5 debuted late last year, it's been off to a tremendous start. I mean, the conversations are incredible, the energy is just right, but for me personally, my favorite part, the place that I get to see the conversations takes place in. Welcome to the compound, where everything about it is creative, unique, and to be honest with you, historic. Ball players, what's going on? This is Arden here, again, coming live from the set of Starting 5. And I'm with my guy, man, Iman Shumpert. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good. So far, so good. We had a great little sit down.
Coming from the Shy, right? Legendary place with a lot of history in both lanes. Do you remember one of your earliest memories of realizing the relationship between basketball and culture?
In Chicago, yeah. Going to the Pro-Am, watching Will Bynum. My father used to take me to high school games. Like I remember going to see Pat Bev when I was younger. Seen him, I believe, in his early high school years, and just watching him press. But seeing the influence of how many people was at this little gym. You know what I'm saying? Being in this little gym, and then the Pro-Am happening, and pro players coming back just to be a part of that vibe, like just to be a part of that for the love of the game vibe. Like, they not getting paid to do this, they just hooping, and it's entertaining, and they breaking little rules that they normally can't break to like put on the show for us.
Oh man, so I mean, my brother grew up playing competitive basketball. He played in college, and I would go to all these tournaments. Like on holidays, that's where we were, was basketball tournaments. So growing up, watching him play AAU and just going into these gyms in the different parts of the Bay Area, hearing the music that they would play, and then eventually moving to Los Angeles, going to college, and not realizing like, oh, this is Bay music. I didn't call it Bay music, that was just music for me. And so growing up and realizing how important and how influential it was to these players, especially kids coming up through that AAU system.
There's always a lot going on when folks are talking about the game, and so far the conversations at the Starting 5 has been pretty good. You see the guests, you see what's going on, but it's more about what they're talking about. Basketball and culture often have a relationship that can be very easy to see all across the country, whether it's New York, Chicago, Philly, LA, or beyond. Basketball and culture always has a relationship that makes sense, and it's always a lot of fun to explore. We got Fab, we got Jada, we got Set Free on the set of Starting 5 and DraftKings. Kiss, when thinking about the relationship basketball has with culture, what is the biggest thing that comes to mind for you?
It's been the soundtrack. You know, it's been hand in glove for my whole life. All I could think about is hip hop and basketball. I actually wanted to make it in basketball more than I wanted to make it in hip hop.
Fab, for you, obviously growing up, you was hooping out there. What was one of your first songs you remember listening to when you was out there hooping that got you in the zone?
Might have been Big Daddy Kane. I remember it gotta be about 88. Kane was
7 straight. Oh, half stepping.
Yeah, half stepping.
R-A-W.
Yeah. So gotta give it up to Kane. Kane is definitely a part of like my introduction to hip hop, and also what I heard being blasted through the radios in my neighborhood at the time.
Kane played a big part of my whole hip hop. You know what I mean? Being involved in it. I think I might have took the words off all of Kane's albums. Played the tapes till they pop.
Yeah, man. Big shout to Kane. I don't know if he gets his
Enough shouts.
Yeah, his crown polished enough. You know what I'm saying?
Ball players, hope you enjoyed what you've seen today as we've been on set with the starting five in DraftKings. Again, we saw what basketball and culture usually does. They come together, they have great conversations and a great time, and that's why the two sides come together oh so well. Ball players, this is Arden signing off. Talk to you next time.